In this video, we are going to discuss about the polygenic inheritance. The word polygenic is derived from Greek word poly mean many and genic mean genes. So when many genes collectively control a single character is called polygenic inheritance. When many genes collectively control a single character is called polygenic inheritance. In this video, we will discuss about the quantitative traits versus qualitative trait. As we know that qualitative trait, the type of inheritance in which phenotype of a trait express according to the type of allele present is called qualitative trait. For example, tall and dwarf, red and white, in which no intermediate color is present. So this type of trait is known as qualitative trait. In quantitative traits, the type of inheritance in which phenotype of trait express according to the number of alleles present is called quantitative traits. For example, human skin color, wheat skin color, height of the human being, weight of the human beings is known as a quantitative trait. Continuous variation versus discontinuous variation. As we know that continuous variation, we can say that human skin color, dark negro color as well as fair color, in between a large number of intermediate color is present. So this is known as continuous variation. And discontinuous variation, for example, tall and dwarf, in which no intermediate height is present. So we can say that this is discontinuous variation. Polygene, when many genes control a single character, is known as polygenes. Oligogenes mean when a few genes, one or two, they control a character, then it is known as oligogenes. So multiple factor hypothesis, for example, seed color in wheat or oat, it produces 1:4, ratio 6, ratio 4, ratio 1. In human skin color controlled by 3 genes, as well as human height. Gregor Mendel studied many traits that have distinct, alternative, quite contrasting, remarkable forms, for instance, red versus white flowers and tall versus dwarf plants. Such phenotypic classes are called discontinuous, can be termed as qualitative traits, showing discrete alternative forms are governed by one gene and its two alleles, capital R and small r, or capital T and small t. These are known as oligogenes or major genes. But many traits are more complex than these and basically can take a number of continuous values such as height in human, weight in human, yield in crops, skin color in human beings, many different shades between very dark and very fair, as well as intelligent quotient, etc., controlled by many genes interacting with each other and also with the environment. As we know that genes always interact with the environment to produce the phenotype. So the study of such quantitative trait controlled by many genes and also by environment is called quantitative genetics or quantitative inheritance or quantitative traits. The inheritance of quantitative traits is typically viewed in terms of polygenic inheritance. Genes that contribute polygenic inheritance. So when one phenotypic character is controlled by more than one gene, it is called polygenic inheritance. And Reuter is known as the father of polygenic inheritance, as they studied the polygenic inheritance for the first time. That's why it is known as father of polygenic inheritance. It is also called quantitative inheritance. As we have discussed it, the quantity of inheritance depends upon on the number of dominant alleles. So dominant allele have cumulative effect, additive effect, combined effect, each expressing part of a trait. So gene involved in quantitative inheritance is known as polygenes. In polygenic inheritance, you know that it do not follow the Mendelian ratio. For example, skin color of male as well as wheat kernel color. So when two polygenes are considered, 1:4, ratio 6, ratio 4, ratio 1 is produced. When three genes are considered, then 1:6, ratio 15, ratio 20, ratio 15, ratio 6, ratio 1 is obtained. So now we'll take the example of human skin color to understand polygenic inheritance very easily. So as you know that it was first studied by Davenport in 1913 in case of Negro European intermarriage. So skin color is due to pigment melanin. More pigment, darker is the color. So there are three genes, polygenes, controlling the production of melanin. But for convenience, for easy understanding, we consider only two pairs of genes. For Negro, double, double capital A and double capital V. And for albino, small double A and small double B, which is produce less amount of melanin, while capital A and capital B, it produce maximum melanin. For example, the parents, Negro, when they married a person which is albino, in which no melanin is present in their skin as well as in hair color, while in Negro, in which a large number of melanin is present in their skin and hair. So when gametes produce, it produce both A capital A and capital B, and it produce small a and small b, and it produce the offspring which is known as mulatto. To produce F2, we cross F1 with a F1. We can say that we cross mulatto with a mulatto. So this type of result is obtained, in which four dominant genes, three dominant genes, two dominant genes, as well as one dominant gene is present. In Negro, dark, mulatto, fair, and albino type of phenotype is produced. So we will interpret, we will explain this result. For example, a person having no dominant alleles is albino. Having one dominant alleles, their color will be fair. In which two dominant genes is present, it is known as mulatto. In which three dominant gene is present, it is known as dark. And when all gene dominant is present, the color will be negro. You can easily understand from this table. So the F2 ratio, 1 ratio, 4 ratio, 6 ratio, 4 ratio, 1 is obtained. So it depends upon the number of dominant alleles, phenotype, and ratio. So number of dominant alleles in albino is it is produced 1 over 16. One dominant alleles which is present in pair, it is 4 in number out of 16. And two dominant allele which is known as mulatto, it is 6 out of 16. And three dominant allele is their phenotype is dark and it is present 4 out of 16. And four dominant allele which is negro, which is a 1 out of 16. So we can say that albino and negro, these are the parental type, fair, mulatto, and dark, these are the hybrid form. So as we saw that polygenic inheritance is it produce continuous variation. So graphical representation of polygenic inheritance of skin color in a human. Negro, dark, mulatto, fair, as well as albino type of individual will be present in their offspring. If we represent it in graph form, polygenic inheritance of human skin color. So large number of offspring is of mulatto, fair is 25%, dark is also 25%, negro will be 6%, and albino will be 6%. Negro and albino, these are the parental type, while remaining three are hybrid. The same is the case wheat color, wheat kernel color. If we cross favor wheat line, favor white line of the wheat with favor red line, it produce medium red. And when we upon selfing and it produce F2 generation, so it will give four dominant genes, three dominant genes, two dominant genes, and zero dominant genes in this ratio. If you like the video, please share, subscribe, and watch. Thank you.